So you want to supersize your renders. Maybe you have a potato computer and anything over 1080p just kills your render times, or it crashes your computer, or you're doing a business project and you really need to get those renders done in time to meet your deadline. Either way, this can be a really helpful feature in specific situations using Davinci Resolve 18 Studio version to up-res your renders. Now, this is the Studio version, so it does cost $300 up front, but it is a perpetual license, and with all of the features that you get, you have nuke up-resing with AI and all of the video editing features, magic mask. There's so many different features that I think make it well worth the cost. That's another conversation though. Let's jump right in. If you come to the website here, blackmagicdesign.com/product/Davinci Resolve, you will see right here at the top we have some download buttons. You can get the free version and it will have almost all of the features inside of Davinci Resolve. And this is pretty amazing that they offer this for free, but we're going to buy the online version. Once you hop into Davinci Resolve, down at the bottom, you're going to find a set of 7 tabs, and we're in the second one called Cut tab. We want to click on the Edit tab, which will bring us into our timeline and our editing environment. So then I'm going to bring up my folder and I'm going to shift select all of the frames in which I want my image sequence to have, and I'm going to just drag them into this open media pool on the left. Now you'll see they'll show up there. And I'm going to just drag them into the timeline and bring it to the front. Now you can see that it's looking unusual. This is because they're an EXR sequence, and so you have to color correct them with the Filmic settings. If you haven't seen how to do that, then I would recommend you go watch Polyford's video on using Blender EXR sequences and editing them in Davinci Resolve. There should be a link in the cards and in the description to that video as well for your convenience. I'm just going to quickly hop into the color tab, and I'm just going to hit Alt-S. And then I'm going to right click and add that Filmic LUT. This is a super great tip, and I'm very thankful that Polyford showed how to do this. Medium high contrast is great. If your timeline is in horizontal and you have a vertical video like mine, you can just come up to File, then click on Project Settings, and then up here there is a little vertical resolution selection that makes making your video vertical really easy. Then you just click Save and you should be ready to go. Now that we have our video, if you are doing this with EXR sequences, I recommend you color grade them and you make them into a MP4 or MOV file first before doing the upres, because if you use the super scale feature to upres your EXR sequences, you may find that your color will break, mostly in high exposure areas. I don't know why this happens, so I would recommend you bake your EXR sequences out first to make sure that everything looks good. So I'm going to quickly show you how to bake out any EXR sequence into an MP4 or MOV. I'm going to do MOV. Click on the Deliver button, which is the 7th furthest to the right button, and we're just going to send it to my desktop, and we will replace any file that is there, and I'm just going to add to my render queue and then render. That will go pretty quickly, and once we're done, then you can come back to your Edit tab, then bring up your desktop and just drag in that untitled MOV. Now that you have your MOV file inside of Davinci Resolve, we can drag that over our EXR sequence, and this ensures that we won't have any unusual artifacting with our sequence. If you want to avoid this, you can just render in PNG. But now that we have our file, we can right click on it and select clip attributes. You can also do this in the media pool, which I actually recommend because that means that it will apply this to every instance of the video in your timeline, whereas if you do it in your timeline, it will only apply to that clip inside of your timeline. There are advantages to both, but I would recommend just doing it here, selecting clip attributes, and then you will come up with this screen. Now, if you look here at the bottom, there is a super scale dropdown, which we can select 2x. The other two settings, sharpness and noise reduction, I find that they generally leave the best results with medium. There are times when adjusting those to low or high would help, but for now we're just going to leave those there, and it will upres your video. You now have a 4K video. And if you zoom in and watch the in-betweens, you'll see a quality improvement. And then you can click on File, Project Settings, and we're just going to change this to 4K Ultra. And then you can click Save, and you will see your image gets larger. And now your 4K video fits a 4K frame. Then you can rename your file to a 4K version. Make sure that your resolution is 4K. I generally export on QuickTime MOV files and then add to the render queue, and then you just click render. Now if we open up our files and we right click on our video that we just rendered out, properties, details, now we can see it is at 4K. If we double click on that, then we can see we have a wonderfully beautiful video. And if we compare that to our 1080p, you can see there's a lot more noise present in the image. There's still some noise present in the 4K upres. That is because of my render settings that I did for this. This was rendered pretty quickly to post it on social media. But that is how you upscale your renders with AI inside of Davinci Resolve Studio. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this every week. And until then, create more than you consume.
Editor Owen here. I thought I would quickly mention that my friend Tyler Searle showed me how to do this, and I am very thankful for his input and instruction, and would like to just give him credit for pointing this out to me.